Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jigsaw from Newell Gaming, and this is Halo 4 news. It is a bit late, but I'd rather you have it than miss it completely, so if you haven't already seen this, here you go. This was released on a Microsoft website, and you had to take a quiz, and then you got Halo 4 news, and I'm about to tell you exactly what it said and what that means. The first few are just, telling us stuff that we already know. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be a holiday blowout. Yeah, whatever. It's gonna be the beginning of a new trilogy. If you didn't know that, there's gonna be 3 more all the way to 6. And the next frame goes on to explain that there's gonna be a whole new world, new environments. Master Chief's gonna have a true nemesis, so there's just gonna be this huge douchebag that you're gonna be wanting to kill the whole time, and you'll probably finally get to kill at the end, or at the end of 6 if it's good. But yeah, new race. They're the Forerunner weapons, but there's a new race. I think they're the Prometheans, and they can fly around and stuff. And they have a bunch of different classes, just like the Covenant, but it's going to be a bit different. Also, on the upside, Cortana's batteries are running out, and she's turning into some insane thing like she was on the mission Cortana in Halo 3, which was a complete bitch. Next up, new toys apparently. 10 new weapons, and that's a lot. I mean, you're gonna have all the old weapons, all the favorites, the DMR, BR. I think they're bringing back the needle rifle. I love that. You'll have the needle or the plasma rifle, all that good stuff. But there's gonna be 10 new weapons, and then here's the common misconception: it says 2 new vehicles, and everyone's like, 2 new vehicles? Kind of sucks. Think about from Halo 1 to Halo 2, not including the Scarab. How many new vehicles were there? There's about 1 or 2. From 2 to 3, there's not that many new vehicles. I mean, there will be spin-offs from 3 to Reach, like the Hornet and the Falcon. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing, except the Falcon doesn't have guns. And it says plus many of your favorites from the past, so that can either mean we're still keeping the cool vehicles, or that could mean we're bringing back something that we took away, but I can't really think of anything that they're taking away. So, 2 new vehicles, don't get so upset about it. It's gonna be cool, it's gonna be awesome. They're probably gonna be some sort of Promethean vehicles, and it's gonna be a good time. Okay, so here's the cool part. If you didn't already know, Halo is implementing some sort of class system, and they say career progression lets you earn new weapons and equipment. I'm talking about multiplayer, of course. But the real thing here is the bottom line. That's what I want to look at. Improvements to make multiplayer a more social experience. Better matchmaking, okay, cool. Able to drop in and out of matches. That's a bit too COD, I always liked Halo because nobody could just join in the middle of the game. You kind of learn your enemies and have no change-ups in the middle of the match. And you can't just rage quit or else you'll lose a lot. And I really always liked that about Halo, but if they're gonna bend their knee to that Call of Duty level, I just hope that there's some mode that you can't get out of. You can't just quit unless you dashboard, and there's got to be a big penalty for that. I mean, they really built that up, and I would never even think of quitting a Halo Reach game, but I'll just drop out of a COD game instantly because there's no penalty. Who cares? But that's just something that they built up, and I don't like that. Drop in and out. Whatever. Improve support to create, organize, and track groups. Now, in Halo 2, they had the clan system. This might be just a smaller version of that. It could just be like a Call of Duty Elite, see what you have in common with the people that you're gonna kill thing. But I think it's gonna go a bit more in depth than that. It's you could have a roster, easier drop in, drop out of your friends' games, schedule matches. I don't know how far this is gonna go, but there's definitely gonna be some sort of create a group and organize that group. So, if you don't know the deal with multiplayer, the Covenant, the Elites are completely out. It's not supposed to be some realism thing, or it's not supposed to be just random Spartans and Elites fighting right next to each other against other Spartans and Elites. It is actually a training program now, which I really like. It adds that little sense of realism and that sense of badassery that is just fucking awesome. So you're on the ship Infinity, and you go through these training programs called the War Games, and that's what the multiplayer is. Now, there's new multiplayer in game modes, of course, as in every new game. Career progression, that's kind of like the class system that I said. It's becoming a little tiny bit more like Call of Duty, but it'll always be Halo. 10 multiplayer maps, and this is the big thing. These aren't taken out of the campaign right into multiplayer like Infinity Ward does, and like Bungie did, and that ruined Halo Reach's multiplayer for me. The maps there weren't enough, and they were just the campaign maps, and that's it. MW3 takes the campaign, they build like they pretty much make the campaign, design the levels, take those levels, put them into multiplayer, put them into Spec Ops, and call it a game. But this 343 said these maps are specific multiplayer engineered maps. They may have some elements of campaign, like the map Launch, completely redesigned, but it still had that kind of layout. So these are going to be completely multiplayer made, and it'll just be really custom for multiplayer, so the map should be good. They're spending a lot of time on making sure that they are, so we'll see. Use specializations to enhance your playstyle. Again, class system, just like every game. More multiplayer maps coming with future DLC. Derp, derpity, derp, derp. Now this is the part that is motherfucking amazing. This is just awesome. All right, this is cool. This is very, 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 very cool. Alright, so it's Spartan Ops, and basically you could play solo, you could play co-op, but it's another storyline. And the way that they're doing it is you get 5 missions each week, and there's 10 weeks, which totals 50 missions. Each week you get 5 missions, probably one every like weekday. And the best thing about this is it's completely free. You don't have to subscribe to Halo Elite or Halo Premium. And that is just amazing. That's really good of 343. I think it's a good move for them. They're not the assholes of the gaming industry. We all know who those are. But anyways, 50 missions for free. You could play that co-op, you could play that single player, and it looks really, 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 really cool. The campaign itself is up to 12 hours just for Season 1. Now Season 2 you may have to pay for. You don't know. I don't know. But 12 hours, that's like delivering 2 campaigns in one disc, and that's awesome. You are probably going to have to download the DLC each day of the week, but it's cool. It's like a mission a day for 10 weeks. That's cool. That keeps you interested in the game, and it's something new. That's a really good strategy, and it's completely free. So I definitely look forward to that. That is all for this Halo 4 little info blowout, and I will be doing more Halo 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, anything, and subscribe if you want more. But for now, this is all the news that I have, and I will see you guys later.